What if Tanjiro and Nezuko became demons? So let's get right into the video. Instead of Tanjiro going out to sell coal, he plans to do it tomorrow, so he never leaves the house. Muzan comes in, kills his whole family, and tries to inject blood into them. It doesn't work on most of them, and Muzan doesn't know. In the original timeline, Muzan didn't even realize Nezuko was turning into a demon, but this time, Tanjiro reacts to the blood way faster than Nezuko. Muzan waits for him to start changing, and then Nezuko also begins turning into a demon. So now, both of them are becoming demons. Muzan asks about the blue spider lily, because that's the whole reason he came there in the first place. Tanjiro doesn't know, and Muzan looks through his memories. Still nothing. But when he checks Nezuko's memories, he sees a glimpse of it, because her mother once showed it to her when she was little. From Tanjiro's memories, Muzan also sees the Hinokami Kagura, or sun breathing, and right away, he realizes this family can actually use sun breathing. Quick fun fact, Tanjiro's family is not descended from Yoriichi. Yoriichi was just best friends with their ancestor. The Kamado family just practiced sun breathing for so long that their bodies naturally adjusted to it over generations. That's why they could use it. Back to the story. Muzan takes Tanjiro and Nezuko to the Infinity Castle, injects them with even more blood, and sends them on rampages. They start eating humans non-stop and keep getting stronger and stronger. After a couple of years of them getting way stronger, Tanjiro and Nezuko go into a blood battle with Daki and Gyutaro. And honestly, they just go non-stop winning. Their blood demon arts are too special. Unlike Gyutaro and Daki, who are basically one demon with Gyutaro living inside Daki, Tanjiro and Nezuko are different. They're their own type of demons, but Muzan still counts them as one upper moon. Nezuko's blood demon art is the big difference here. Instead of hurting demons, her flames actually boost them, and that helps Tanjiro's power skyrocket. Meanwhile, Tanjiro's blood demon art is tied to his sun breathing. Muzan gives him a sword to test him, erases most of his memories since Tanjiro is way too nice to be a killer, and leaves only the memory of the Hinokami Kagura. When Tanjiro performs sun breathing now, flames actually burst out of the techniques. It's kind of like how Upper Moon 1, Kokushibo, can create crescent moon blades with his blood demon art. But for Tanjiro, it's pure fire, and he can fully control it. Together, with Nezuko boosting him and Tanjiro's fiery sun breathing, they defeat Upper Moon 6, Gyutaro and Daki, in their blood battle, and after that, they absorb them both, becoming even stronger. Right after Tanjiro and Nezuko become the new Upper Moon 6, they go up against a Hashira, and let's say that Hashira is Tengen Uzui. Now, this fight is way different, because it doesn't matter that Tengen is immune to poison. Tanjiro and Nezuko aren't like Gyutaro and Daki. Their power is pure strength, and they work as a perfect team. Tengen can't hold them off. Without any backup, he ends up dying in the process. So in this timeline, Demon Tanjiro and Nezuko kill Tengen Uzui, marking a huge turning point for the Hashira. It's basically as important as Rengoku's death in the original story. And speaking of that, Rengoku is already gone in this version, because he had to protect the Mugen Train by himself, and even managed to kill Akaza after, but still lost his life. So now the Hashira are dropping like flies. After that, Tanjiro and Nezuko move on to a blood battle with Upper Moon 4, Hantengu. But in this fight, the four emotions don't stand a chance. Tanjiro slices through them one by one with his sun breathing techniques, while Nezuko boosts him with her flames. Together, they burn through the clones and take down the main body with ease. Tanjiro finishes it off by decapitating Hantengu with his Nichiren sword. Right after they kill Hantengu, Tanjiro and Nezuko absorb him, which makes them even stronger. Their power keeps rising, and with that boost of ego, they set their sights higher. They want to climb to Upper Moon 3, which means they'd have to take Akaza's spot. Akaza agrees to fight them, and he completely dominates. Tanjiro and Nezuko just aren't far enough along as demons yet. They've only had a couple years to get used to their blood demon arts, and their skills are still rough. On top of that, Tanjiro's sun breathing isn't fully polished. Back when he practiced it at home, he never truly mastered it. So in this fight, they get completely overwhelmed. Before Akaza can finish them off and absorb them, Tanjiro has a surge of memories, his family, trying to pull him back toward the light. He remembers his father's words, the lesson about the selfless state, a way to fight with unlimited power and flawless technique. That pushes him forward. With those memories, Tanjiro gets a sudden boost, his strength spikes, his technique sharpens, and together with Nezuko, they turn the fight around and kill Akaza. Keep their memories a secret from Muzan. Yeah, I know it's kind of a stretch, because Muzan can technically look through their memories, but realistically, Muzan wouldn't even care to check too deeply. He'd just assume Tanjiro barely pulled it off at the last moment. So now Tanjiro and Nezuko rise up to the rank of Upper Moon 3. Not long after, Muzan sends them on another mission. Their target this time is a Hashira. The lead they follow takes them straight to Gyomei, the stone Hashira, the strongest of them all. Now, with Tanjiro and Nezuko becoming Upper Moon 3, things shift a lot. Gyomei could never really beat Akaza on his own. Akaza was just too much for him. But now, with Tanjiro and Nezuko in Akaza's place, the fight is even crazier. Gyomei actually puts up a much bigger fight against them because of his unique weapons. With his chain and axe, he can swing both sides at once, and if he connects just right, he could potentially decapitate both of them in a single strike. So, the battle is intense. During the fight, Tanjiro keeps getting flashbacks, memories of his parents, of Nezuko as a human. All of it starts rushing back. And then, another Hashira shows up. Let's say it's Muichiro, the Mist Hashira, because he was sent on the same mission as Gyomei. Together, they push Tanjiro and Nezuko to their limits. But here's the twist. While on the brink of death, with Gyomei and Muichiro pressing them, Tanjiro and Nezuko's memories break through Muzan's control. Their humanity starts coming back, even though their bodies are still demons. Just when it looks like the Hashira are about to finish them off, the sun rises. The Hashira back off, thinking Tanjiro and Nezuko are about to be burned alive, but instead, they become immune to sunlight. The Hashira are too battered and broken to keep fighting, and they can only watch as Tanjiro and Nezuko escape. Now, instead of going back to the Infinity Castle, Tanjiro and Nezuko completely abandon Muzan. Muzan, of course, realizes what happened, and now he's furious because they've broken free from his control and hold the ultimate secret, demons who can conquer the sun. I know this timeline's a bit of a stretch, but it's the only way it really works out. So, now Tanjiro and Nezuko meet Tamayo, the good demon in Demon Slayer. And you know how the master, the Ubuyashiki family, already knows about her, so they stay with her for the time being, trying to evade Muzan the best they can. When they finally meet the master, here's the problem. The Hashira would want to kill Tanjiro and Nezuko on the spot. Remember, they killed Tengen and badly injured both Muichiro and Gyomei. So of course, the Hashira wouldn't trust them at all. But the master steps in and tells them no. Tanjiro and Nezuko are valid allies now. Their memories were erased, they weren't in control, and now they're truly on the Demon Slayer Corps' side. From here, they start helping prepare for the Infinity Castle battle. And by this point, the Upper Moons are looking a lot different. Upper Moon 6 is now Kaigaku, Zenitsu's rival. The Biwa woman has replaced Hantengu as Upper Moon 4, and there's no real Upper Moon 3 anymore. So when the Infinity Castle arc begins, Muzan tries to capture Tanjiro and Nezuko because he wants to figure out their secret to conquering the sun. All the Hashira, along with Tanjiro and Nezuko, are thrown into the castle after the Ubuyashiki family head dies. Matchups in this timeline: Tanjiro fights Upper Moon, one Kokushibo alongside Gyomei, Muichiro, Sanemi, and Genya. Over the fight, Gyomei and Muichiro gain respect for Tanjiro, seeing him battle right at their side and pushing Kokushibo back with sun breathing. Nezuko fights Doma alongside Shinobu, Kanao, and Inosuke. Shinobu still doesn't like that Nezuko's a demon, but with Nezuko's help boosting the group, they actually have a better shot, and Shinobu might even survive in this timeline. Upper Moon 5. Gyoko is left to Giyu, and with his Demon Slayer mark, he solos him just like Muichiro did in the original timeline. Upper Moon 6 Kaigaku is defeated by Zenitsu as always, completing his big moment. Honestly, the only casualty I could still see here is Shinobu, because her whole main plan with the Wisteria poison against Doma is still risky. Then comes the final battle, the Sunrise Countdown arc. Tanjiro uses sun breathing, the selfless state, and his demon regeneration together. With Nezuko boosting him even further with her blood powers, he can strike Muzan endlessly. With all the Hashira still alive and backing them, Muzan gets overwhelmed way faster in this timeline. And here's the biggest change. Tanjiro never becomes the Demon King. He was already free from Muzan's control, so when they inject him with the human serum, he and Nezuko both return to humans. They survive, but it's bittersweet because they'll always have to live with the fact that during their time as demons, they killed Tengen Uzui. After the battle, Muichiro survives thanks to Tanjiro's sun breathing backing him up, but with the Demon Slayer mark curse, he'll only live until 25. That gives him around 11 more years to live out a good life. Gyomei dies after that night because he already had the mark and was past 25. Just like Kokushibo said, he wouldn't last. Shinobu still dies from her plan against Doma. Mitsuri and Obanai both survive, and in this version, they actually get to complete their love story because Tanjiro was there to help them. Everyone else, Sanemi, Giyu, Zenitsu, Inosuke, Kanao, Nezuko, and Tanjiro, survives. So yeah, in this timeline, timeline, most of the Hashira actually live, with only Tengen, Shinobu, Gyome, and Rengoku falling. This was a really tough what-if to cover, because Muzan is so unpredictable, and the timeline shifts in crazy ways. But I think this works out into a pretty strong ending. I hope you guys liked this timeline. Comment more Demon Slayer, what ifs you want me to cover, and don't forget to like and subscribe.